Once upon a time, in a valley surrounded by tall mountains and whispering pine trees, there lived a 26-year-old man named Elias. From the outside, he had everything: a steady job, a small house, and friends who cared for him. Yet inside, Elias felt empty. His mind was a restless sea. Waves of thoughts, memories, and fears crashed endlessly against the shores of his heart. He often replayed his past mistakes, wondering why life hadn't turned out differently. Then he'd drift into worry about money, his future, and what others thought of him. At night, he tossed and turned. His mind would not stop. Even when the world was silent, his thoughts were loud. One morning, an old traveler visited Elias's village. The traveler spoke of a distant monastery hidden high in the Blue Hills, where a wise monk lived in solitude. People said the monk once taught philosophy in the city, but left everything behind to seek truth in silence. Those who met him returned lighter, as if they had left their worries at his doorstep. Elias felt something stir inside him. Maybe that monk can help me, he thought. So he packed some bread, a blanket, and set off. For days he walked through forests and rocky paths. Rain soaked him, the sun burned him, but he kept going, drawn by a quiet hope that maybe, just maybe, peace was real. Finally, one misty morning, he reached the monastery. It stood near a clear lake surrounded by bamboo trees swaying gently in the wind. The monk sat by the water, repairing a small lantern. His robe was plain, his eyes calm like still water. Elias bowed and said, "Master, my mind never stops talking. I'm tired of my thoughts. Please teach me how to find peace." The monk looked at him for a moment, then smiled softly. "You wish to silence your mind? Then do one thing for me." He handed Elias the lantern he had been fixing. Inside it burned a small, steady flame. "Take this lantern," said the monk, "and walk down to the lake's far side. Go slowly, and no matter what happens, don't let the flame go out." Elias nodded. It sounded simple enough. He began walking carefully along the narrow path. Birds sang in the trees, villagers passed by, and the wind tried to snuff the flame. But Elias kept his eyes on the lantern. He shielded it with his hands, focusing only on keeping the light alive. Half an hour later, he returned safely. The flame was still burning. The monk looked at him and asked gently, "Tell me, my son, on your walk, did you notice the sky, the flowers, the children by the shore?" Elias blinked. "No," he said slowly. "I only saw this flame. I didn't notice anything else." The monk's eyes shone. "Exactly," he said. "While you were protecting this flame, you forgot your fears, your past, and your future. You were living only in this single moment. The mind becomes quiet when it has only one thing to care for: the present. The flame is like your attention. When it wanders, the wind of thought blows it out. But when you guard it carefully, peace stays alive inside you." Elias looked at the lantern again. Its small light flickered gently in the breeze, but it did not die. He felt something shift within, a silence he had never known before. The monk continued, "Peace is not hiding somewhere far away. It lives within you, but you bury it under endless thinking. When you bring your mind back again and again to what is happening now, you touch the same calmness you felt while guarding this light." Elias bowed deeply. For the first time in years, he understood, not with his head but with his heart. He spent that night in the monastery. The air smelled of rain and jasmine. When he woke up before sunrise, he watched the sky turn gold over the hills. He smiled without reason. The monk came out and said, "You are ready to go back. But remember, your real task begins now. Every moment you must keep the flame alive." Elias nodded, holding the lantern close. As he walked down the path toward his village, the light inside glowed steadily. The world looked the same trees, the same road, but everything felt different. The noise in his mind had softened. He realized that peace was not a place to reach. It was a way to walk. That day, Elias began his journey home. No longer a man lost in thoughts, but one who had learned the art of keeping his light alive. So, dear listener, if your own mind feels heavy, remember Elias's lantern. Protect your flame, stay present, and you'll discover that peace has been waiting inside you all along. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe for more tales that warm the heart and calm the soul. Until next time, stay kind, stay mindful, and keep your inner light burning bright.